In the churning belly of a Mesopotamian storm, a monstrosity clawed its way into existence. Born from the tempestuous clash of wind and flood, Anzu emerged, a colossal bird with a lion's savage maw. Its talons, honed by the storm's fury, glinted with a malevolent hunger, and from its throat emanated a breath that could wither crops and curdle human blood. The celestial watchers, the pantheon of Mesopotamian gods, observed Anzu with a mixture of awe and trepidation. Enlil, the stern god of wind and divine order, saw in Anzu a raw, untamed power. Heeding the counsel of the ever-wise Ea, god of water and cunning, Enlil appointed Anzu as his guardian, a watchdog at the very gates of his celestial throne room. Little did Enlil know, he had placed a viper in his own nest. Anzu, positioned beside the seat of ultimate power, became fixated on a singular object, the Tablet of Destinies. This divine artifact, pulsating with an otherworldly light, held dominion over the fates of gods and mortals alike. Whoever possessed it wielded the power to reshape reality at will. As days morphed into weeks, a serpent of ambition began to coil within Anzu's monstrous heart. The whispers of power emanating from the tablet slowly eroded its loyalty. One starless night, while Enlil slumbered, his snores a counterpoint to the celestial hum, Anzu seized its opportunity. With a screech that tore through the fabric of reality, Anzu snatched the Tablet of Destinies. The celestial halls trembled as Anzu vanished into the howling storm, its monstrous form swallowed by the churning clouds. Panic, a venomous creature, slithered through the ranks of the gods. Enlil, stripped of his power, became a titan reduced to a whimpering shadow. Anu, the king of the gods, his face etched with despair, called for a champion to retrieve the stolen tablet. But fear, a paralyzing miasma, choked the courage from the hearts of the other deities. Adad, the mighty god of storms, his bravado withering under Anzu's shadow, refused the perilous task. Gira, the ferocious warrior with a thirst for glory, his eyes downcast, mumbled excuses. Even Shara, the god of the sun, usually radiating confidence, shrank back, his voice trembling. Desolation settled upon the celestial assembly. Hope, a flickering ember, threatened to extinguish. Then Ea, with a glint of determination in his wise eyes, stepped forward. He proposed a daring gambit. Ninurta, the young god of war, the son of Ninhursag, the goddess of creation. Ninurta, a tempestuous force of nature himself, bristled with righteous fury when he learned of the theft. He readily accepted the challenge, the weight of the cosmos settling upon his broad shoulders. With a roar that echoed through the celestial halls, Ninurta embarked on a perilous journey to confront the monstrous thief. His journey took him across celestial plains littered with the wreckage of fallen stars and through swirling nebulas that pulsed with an otherworldly light. Finally, he arrived at a desolate peak, a mountain carved by the howling wind, chosen by Anzu as its lair. The air crackled with a malevolent energy, and the ground trembled beneath Ninurta's feet. There, perched atop the mountain peak, stood Anzu, the stolen tablet clutched in its talons. Sunlight glinted off the tablet's surface, casting an otherworldly glow on Anzu's monstrous form. The battle raged, a celestial ballet of violence. Anzu, empowered by the stolen tablet, became a whirlwind of destruction. Ninurta's divine weapons, imbued with the power of the gods, found no purchase. His arrows, usually unerring, turned harmlessly away. His spear, a symbol of his prowess, shattered against Anzu's impenetrable hide. Despair gnawed at Ninurta's resolve. Was this monstrous bird, this creature of chaos, invincible? But then, Ea's words, a lifeline thrown across the abyss of despair, echoed in his mind. Anzu's power, like a raging fire, would eventually consume itself. Ninurta had to wait. The battle raged for days and nights that bled into an eternity. Slowly, ever so slowly, Anzu's movements grew sluggish, its monstrous wings heavy with fatigue. Seizing his chance, Ninurta, with a surge of renewed vigor, attacked. His divine blade, a streak of silver in the storm-racked sky, severed Anzu's pinion feathers, the source of its magical flight. Anzu, robbed of its unnatural agility, plummeted from the mountain peak, a monstrous bird brought low. With a final, earth-shattering cry that echoed through the cosmos, Anzu met its demise. The fate of the Tablet of Destinies, however, remained shrouded in uncertainty. As the dust settled and the echoes of Anzu's death knell faded, a hush fell over the battlefield. Ninurta, victorious but panting, stood amidst the wreckage, the celestial artifact clutched tightly in his grasp. Its power coursed through him like a forbidden elixir, a symphony of unimaginable possibilities swirling in his mind. A terrible silence descended upon the celestial assembly. The gods, who had watched the battle unfold through magical scrying pools, held their breath. Ninurta, bathed in the otherworldly glow of the tablet, stood poised on the precipice of unimaginable power. The fate of the cosmos, it seemed, now rested in the hands of their unlikely champion. Time stretched like a taut bowstring. Would Ninurta relinquish the tablet and restore order, or would he succumb to its dark allure and plunge the cosmos into chaos? The very fabric of reality seemed to tremble on the edge of a knife. In the celestial halls, whispers began to snake their way through the gathered deities. Some, their voices laced with fear, urged Ninurta to return the tablet, fearing the wrath of a god consumed by power. Others, their eyes gleaming with avarice, saw an opportunity to exploit the situation, whispering promises of alliances and shared dominion. But Ninurta remained silent, his expression unreadable. He felt the power of the tablet thrumming within him, a seductive song promising ultimate control over fate and destiny. He could reshape the celestial hierarchy, rewrite the very laws of existence. Visions of himself, a god-king reigning supreme, danced in his mind. Suddenly a voice, wise and resolute, pierced the silence. It was E.A., his mentor and advisor. Ninurta. He boomed, his voice echoing through the halls. The power you hold is immense. But remember, power without responsibility is a raging storm that consumes all in its path. The fate of the cosmos rests on your shoulders. Will you be the champion who restores order, or the harbinger of chaos? Ninurta's heart pounded in his chest. The weight of E.A.'s words settled upon him, heavy and true. He looked down at the tablet, its glow no longer alluring but oppressive. A flicker of doubt ignited within him, battling the seductive whispers of ambition. He closed his eyes, picturing the faces of the gods, his fellow deities thrown into disarray by Anzu's theft. He envisioned the celestial order fracturing, plunging the mortal realm into chaos. A deep breath escaped his lips as he made his choice. With a resolute hand, Ninurta raised the Tablet of Destinies high above his head. A wave of power surged through him, threatening to overwhelm him, but he held firm. Then, with a mighty roar that shook the heavens, he hurled the tablet back towards the celestial assembly. The gods watched in awe as the tablet streaked across the celestial expanse, leaving a trail of shimmering light in its wake. It landed with a soft thud at the foot of Enlil's throne, who sat there, a humbled figure, his head bowed in shame. A wave of relief washed over the celestial halls. Cheers erupted, praising Ninurta's courage and wisdom. He had chosen order over chaos, duty over ambition. He had emerged from the fray, not just a victorious warrior, but a true champion of the cosmos. Ninurta, drained but triumphant, stood tall amidst the jubilant throng. He had faced the allure of ultimate power and emerged victorious. The celestial order, though shaken, remained intact. In the annals of Mesopotamian history, his name would forever be etched as the god who defied temptation and restored balance to the cosmos.